The 5 most live-viewed episodes in cartoon TV history. Hey, animation lovers, welcome back. Your #1 spot for everything cartoons, anime, nostalgia, and pop culture fun. Today's episode is something truly epic. We're counting down the 5 most live-viewed cartoon TV episodes in history. Now, this list isn't just about big names. It's about the moments when the world stopped to watch a cartoon live. No DVR, no YouTube reruns. We're talking millions of viewers glued to their screens, watching history unfold in real time. Some of these episodes are obvious juggernauts. Others? You'll be surprised they even made the list. Either way, you're in for a nostalgic ride filled with record-shattering numbers, emotional stories, and cartoon legends. So before we dive in, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and let's get started with number 5. 5. Bart Gets an F. The Simpsons, Season 2, Episode 1, aired October 11th, 1990. Coming in at number 5 is a legendary moment in animation and television. Bart Gets an F, the Season 2 opener of The Simpsons. Now, we all know The Simpsons today as the longest-running American sitcom ever. But back in 1990, it was still carving its place in history. And then came this episode, a powerful story where Bart, the class clown, finally faces the consequences of his goofing around in school. Instead of cheap laughs, the episode surprised everyone with a deep, emotional arc. Bart actually tries to improve, he studies, he pleads with teachers, and in the end, he still fails. But he makes progress, and that meant something real. Live viewership. Over 33.6 million people tuned in live to watch it on Fox. Let that sink in. Over 33 million for an animated show in prime time. Fun fact, Fox executives were so stunned by the numbers that they began aggressively scheduling The Simpsons against NBC's powerhouse, The Cosby Show, a move that changed TV rivalry forever. Critics praised the episode for showing that animation could tackle serious themes, and it helped The Simpsons break free from the cartoon, guess or kids-only label. That episode wasn't just a hit, it was a turning point in television storytelling. The episode's success also sparked serious conversations in academic circles, even being referenced in education conferences for how media portrays learning disabilities and academic stress. And guess what? It became one of the earliest examples of a cartoon being discussed seriously in mainstream news outlets, from the New York Times to Time magazine. For many fans, this was the episode that made them realize The Simpsons was more than funny. It was smart television. Visually, the episode also took a leap forward, with improved animation and more expressive character acting that reflected Bart's internal struggle. All of this combined to make Bart Gets an F not just a fan favorite, but a defining moment in animation history. 4. Bart's Not Dead. The Simpsons, Season 30, Episode 1, aired September 30, 2018. Flash forward 28 years later, and The Simpsons does it again. At number 4 is Bart's Not Dead, the premiere of Season 30. Yes, Season 30. Let that longevity sink in for a second. This episode pulls in 10.2 million live viewers, which is absolutely massive for modern TV, especially in an age of streaming, delays, and reruns. Plot summary. In this episode, Bart fakes a near-death experience to impress people after a dare gone wrong. What follows is a wild satire on faith, media sensationalism, and Hollywood commercialization, all wrapped in a musical comedy format. Featuring guest stars like Gal Gadot and Emily Deschanel, it was packed with celebrity satire, spiritual humor, and self-aware digs at the show itself. Why it mattered. The episode was a love letter to longtime fans, showing that even after decades, The Simpsons could stay funny, relevant, and self-critical. And for live TV, especially in 2018, those numbers were almost unheard of. It also marked a creative resurgence, reminding viewers that The Simpsons still had something to say, and it could say it with wit and style. The musical numbers were especially bold, blending Broadway flair with biting satire in true Simpsons fashion. Behind the scenes, the writers aimed to tackle the fake news era without being preachy, and they nailed it. It even sparked family discussions, with kids asking parents about belief, honesty, and why people lie for fame. In short, Bart's Not Dead proved that even in its 30th season, The Simpsons could still shock, entertain, and spark conversation live. 3. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Cartoon Compilation, 1988 ABC TV Special. Now let's rewind to 1988, when something truly magical and revolutionary happened on TV. We're talking about the TV special that aired alongside Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a compilation of new animated shorts and behind-the-scenes footage broadcast live on ABC. Live viewership, over 30 million people tuned in to watch this special. Yes, 30 million. This wasn't just another cartoon. This was history in motion. It marked the first time audiences saw Disney, Warner Brothers, MGM, and Universal characters on screen together. Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny on the same screen. Daffy Duck battling Donald Duck. For cartoon fans, this was the Avengers, Endgame of the 80s. Why it blew up? The special celebrated the genius of animation, merging with live action in ways never seen before. It hyped up the theatrical release, but also functioned as a major television event. Viewers were amazed by how fluid and seamless the animation blended with real actors. Roger Rabbit wasn't just a cartoon, he was a celebrity. Legacy. The success of this special laid the groundwork for more animated crossovers, studio collaborations, and cartoon cinematic universes. The animation was so groundbreaking that animators worked frame by frame to perfect shadows, lighting, and reflections, something almost unheard of at the time. Behind the scenes, Disney and Warner Brothers had to negotiate heavily just to get their iconic characters to share screen time, with contracts stating equal screen duration down to the second. Audiences weren't just impressed, they were mesmerized. It felt like cartoons had stepped out of Saturday mornings and into the real world. The special didn't just promote a movie, it celebrated the art of animation itself, showcasing the animators, voice actors, and tech that made it possible. To this day, fans still talk about that magical broadcast as one of the most awe-inspiring moments in animation history. Honorable mentions. Okay, before we wrap up, let's give a shout out to some honorable mentions that just missed the list, but deserve the spotlight. SpongeBob SquarePants, 10th Anniversary Special, Truth or Square, 2009. Pulled in millions of viewers with a nostalgic deep dive, celebrity cameos, and musical segments. It showed how SpongeBob evolved from sea sponge to pop icon. Pokémon, The Electric Soldier Porygon, 1997, Japan. Famously banned after causing seizures, but before the fallout, it had an enormous live audience tuning in, making it one of the most talked about anime episodes ever. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Series premiere, 1969. Not massive in live numbers, but historically significant. It launched a franchise that's still going strong over 50 years later. Wrap up a cartoon legacy written in ratings. There you have it. The 5 most live-viewed cartoon TV episodes of all time, plus a few bonus gems. These weren't just episodes, they were milestones. They brought us together, made us laugh, cry, and hold our breath. Live. So now it's your turn. Which one of these did you watch live? Or is there a record-breaking cartoon episode we forgot to mention? Maybe a Naruto episode? Avatar? The Last Airbender finale? Drop your answers in the comments below. I'm reading them all. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next awesome video. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep your animation antennas up and your nostalgia strong.